Okay, this is part 2 of my prop PvP guide, and in my last video I covered what you need. I was starting on what you need to do to survive. Well, not survive, but what you need to do as a flag carrier. Now, as you saw, I macroed in shield barrier with shield slam because shield slam, it has a 6-second cooldown, and shield barrier lasts for 6 seconds, so kind of makes sense. Now, when you get the shield slam proc, which is right here, sword and board, your demonstrate has a 30% chance of resetting the cooldown of your shield slam and increasing the rage it generates by 5. So what that'll do is, since this already generates 20 rage and shield barrier costs 20 rage, it'll basically give me 5 rage at the end. So, and that with revenge used right after will give me enough rage to do another one if I need to, or just do a heroic strike. Like, yeah, do another heroic strike. Okay, so these are a few macros you could use. You don't have to use them, but these are just what I choose. Just what I use for PvP. I have this one, Shield Wall, Die by the Sword, that's for Fury, and Shield Block. Basically, it's the Shield Wall and Shield Block together. So what I'll do is, Shield Wall, it has a 2-minute cooldown. So basically every 2 minutes you can use Shield Wall if you tie it into Shield Block. Now since Shield Wall, it reduces all damage taken by 40%, and Shield Block, it blocks every melee attack against you for 6 seconds. That's a pretty good combo together. So what I'll do is, if I'm taking a lot of damage, I'll normally use one of my shouts, and then I would not use shield slam or anything else that causes rage. I would just use revenge when I can, and then use berserker rage if I need more rage, and then I would just blow that. And then I would do intimidating shouts and use my heal. Now for a heal macro, it's pretty simple. Well, yeah, pretty much all warriors should have a heal macro. Mine is Railing Cry, Hellstone, Last Stand, and Commanding Shout. Now the Commanding Shout, since most of the time I'm getting hit a lot, so I don't have a problem with rage. So this generates 20 rage in case I need some, and it increases my stamina. So that with the Railing Cry and the Last Stand is really good, and the Hellstone, it's, if you realize Hellstone, it is actually very good. It instantly restores 20% of your health. Now if you look into your talents, Raise Regeneration, it does the same thing. So if you want, you can have both of those and just macro them together. Remember, if you use Enrage Regeneration, macro it in with Berserker Rage and also Healthstone, so you can get that much more heals. But most of the time, I do not have that much problem with healers, since I have a pocket healer with me. And yeah. Well, what you want to do is, first, you go get the flag. You just get on your mount when the door is open. Go get the flag, and then what I like to do is I would wait for my pocket healer, since I would use the rush thing, and then I would wait for him to get closer to me. Then I'll intervene him, and most of the time when I have a pocket healer, it's a priest, so they would just I would intervene him, and then he would use, I don't know what it's called, but it's something that it absorbs damage and also makes you run faster. So then once he gets in front of me, then I could just intervene him again. Well, he would go in front of me, then he would use Leap of Faith, I think that's what it's called. And then I would just get like that much ahead of him. And most of the time, what he does is he gets on his mount. I don't know how long the cooldown of Leap of Faith is, but he uses it like 3 times, or yeah, about 3 times in a battleground, and most of the times it ends up being really good. Well, never mind. Well, yeah, he uses Leap of Faith, and then I just catch up with him, and we just do that again. So yeah, and also what some people, what some people in my guild have done was they got the glyph of hindering strikes or rogue strike and cleave now also reduce the target's move speed by 50%. So they basically didn't use hamstring or piercing hell. They just went ahead and did it with the heroic strike. So what they would do is they would charge in, get some rage, use heroic strike, and then they would leap away. So the heroic strike will slow the move speed down. So then they basically wouldn't catch up. Now me, I think if I charge them, I don't want to use a big damage doer. Well, it depends on the circumstance. If I do want to do a lot of damage, I'll charge in. Then I'll just go on my rotation. But if I just want to charge in, then I would use hamstring or piercing hell if there's a lot. And then I'll just keep on going. So onward with that, after you get the flag at your base and say they also have the flag, what you should do is you should go, if you're not in defensive stance already, then go into that. Some people, they do this to generate more rage, but it doesn't really make sense since you're Prot. So you just go into defensive stance, and if you're an orc like me, you're not small. You're pretty noticeable. So what I do is I go like this, I get in a corner, and then I sit down. And then I have, most of the time, I have at least another person go over me so people can't target me directly. They'll target someone else. So if they try to burst that person down, then it won't be me because I could just intervene them. I mean, safeguard them. So it reduces their damage taken by 20%. So it's basically like setting up, what I used to call it is setting up bait for Battleground, where I just have him just stand there and he gets attacked, and then, well, he doesn't like die because I usually have good healers, but if he does die, then at least I'll be there to take the flag if I don't already have it. So that's basically what you should do. And also what you should also keep notice of is spell reflect and disarm, and demoralizing shout. Demoralizing shout, it reduces damage they do. It reduces the damage they do to you by 20%. So as you can, I don't know why I just used that, but as you can see, it's just a little shout. It looks kind of like a battle shout. Most people, they think they use, because most of the people, they use the battle shout, then they charge in so they can get some more rage, so they can like set up for a burst. So when they do that, they'll blow to they'll blow their defensive cooldowns because they think I'm about to burst them. Because most of the time I walk around and I have a two-handed weapon, so they think I'm arms, so they think I'm about to burst them, but actually I'm Prot. So I just go to my one-handed shield, and then I just block all their attacks. Because some people, if they see that I'm bursting, what they'll do is they'll disarm me. But what I'll do is I'll equip my two-hander, I'll start bursting with that, and then if they disarm me, then I'll have my one-hander shield. So Because with Shield Slam, you have to have a shield, obviously. And with Devastrate, you have to have a shield. So, Ability is Revenge, Shockwave, Thunderclap, and Heroic Strike. So, that's 2 moves that you cannot use, and 2 moves that you can't use. So, I would think that's pretty good. It might not be a good idea to do that, because as soon as they disarm me, then I switch it. I don't just like wait a few seconds, because I would realize, because if I don't have a weapon, these will turn gray, so I'll know exactly when to switch. And disarm, it's on a 1-minute cooldown, so in a good battleground you could use this. I have used disarm when every time it's been off cooldown, and it has saved me a lot. When I was Fury and when I was Prot, it's just a good skill for stopping burst and just saving yourself. And last but not least, spell effect. 25-second cooldown, reflects the next spell to you for 5 seconds. Now what I have seen a lot, I haven't personally done it myself too many times, but I've seen a Death Knight go against a warrior, and you know Death Knights most of the time, they'll death grip you. What he did was, as soon as the battle started, he used mass spell reflect, so then he would death grip him, so he would reflect the death grip, so then Death Knight would come to him, then he would fear him, heroic leap away, and then he would start kiting him. Now, as a warrior, I'm not gonna say it's hard, but I don't find it easy to kite, so I would not do that. But if you can reflect something, use it against a Death Knight. What I've also done is when you're doing battlegrounds where they're at a high terrain, and a shaman or druid or something comes and they try to push you off, you can reflect that and just watch them go away. I have tried to reflect that before, and they actually pushed me off, and then I charged back onto them. And then a druid came along, he tried to typhoon me, and then I just reflected him off. It was just so fun. But that's basically what you need to do to be a Prot, for Prot PvP. And for the people, for my friend, I got him a surprise. Well, it's not really a surprise, but I got him this. Oops. Well, basically, it's my Inferno set. I'll be showing you that next time. I've worked like so hard to get this. I've looked on YouTube and looked on Wildhide to get this, and it's not completely done yet, but it's almost there. To the next video, and actually for my next video, I will be showing, it won't be on my warrior, it will be how to make a bank alt. Someone requested this for me, so I'm just gonna do it. Thank you, and bye.